There are so many excellent free mobile games in the Google Play and App Store. It can be hard to know where to begin looking for something new to play. That's why we've put together a comprehensive list of the very best free games in every genre. Whether you're into open world games, platformers, or puzzles, there's something for you. But before we get going, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It will be really appreciated. With that being said though, let's get started. Starting off at number 10, we have Boom Karts. Boom Karts is a kart game in which you get behind the wheel of one of these fast race cars to experience thrilling races. With a style similar to Mario Kart, you can use numerous elements to disrupt your opponents in each of the races. By doing this, it will be a little bit easier to end up in one of the top places at the finish line. The game has an editor where you can customize your character's appearance. By moving your car right or left, you can make the most of the force of each of the circuit's curves to gain speed. It's important to keep in mind that this game doesn't use pedals to control speed. Before moving forward, let's take a look on our today's sponsor, The Walking Dead Survivors. This is a brand new strategy game based on the world-famous IP The Walking Dead, coming to iOS and Android. The Walking Dead Survivors is a unique survival game that brings back fan-favorite characters from the Skybound Image comics and allows players to use these characters to build their town to fend off other players and hordes of walkers. Survivors are the main characters of The Walking Dead Survivors. Each has their own attributes and skill set and are broken down by combat and development. Combat survivors are responsible for taking part in battles, and development survivors improving all facets of a town to ensure it's fully protected. Survivors originate from the comic, and this title brings over their likeness, including prominent characters such as Rick, Maya, Vane, Glenn, Dwight, and many more. Live through classic moments and visit fan-favorite locations within the world. Build up your camp, recruit your team, and grow your reputation as a leader. The game has over 80+ characters from the comics, and introducing new original characters too. From the very beginning, you have to gather supplies, farm, train, explore, fight enemies, recruit new heroes, and tend to your group's medical needs. As a camp leader, it's your job to assign the right survivors to the proper tasks. Your camp is in constant threats of walker hordes, so you'll have to build up your defenses accordingly. Strengthen your walls, place obstacles, set up the survivor's formation, and trigger the survivor's skills strategically to protect your settlement from the walker horde and the outlaw survivors. Also, you can team up with other players to form clans, build various clan buildings across the region to gain more territories, and strengthen your forces to defeat Negan. By exploring the area around your settlement is the key to unlocking new locations, characters, items, resources, and even learning more about the world. Where to explore, who to send, what to do once you get there. These are choices that you will have to make as the leader. On top of all that, the game divides its interesting storyline into chapters, and the path your story takes depends on your strategy and how you manage your resources. Check it out and see if you can survive The Walking Dead. The game is available on both iOS and Android, and can be downloaded now for free. Moving on to number 9, we have My School Simulator. This is a unique open-world MMO that's unlike other games you typically find from the genre. Instead of being set in a hostile fantasy world or anything like that, it's set in a Japanese high school and its vicinities. Also, instead of playing as a mage, warrior, or archer, you'll only be able to choose from students or members of the school staff. And of course, there's no fighting. One of the best things about this game is that you can use your character's smartphone to quickly access a ton of features. For example, you can radically change the look of your avatar. You'll have several basic models available, both male and female. Coming in at number 8, we have Robbery Madness 2. Now, this is a simulator of a thief who is just not going to act in the field of illegal enrichment and obtain valuable items in his collection, but also to build a full-fledged career on this. From a small cat burglar to a thunderstorm of various very well-protected objects. The gameplay is made in the first person. It is necessary to move carefully and stealthily, explore locations, find secrets, keys, and codes, avoid security systems, and so on. What you get is worth spending on pumping the contents of your inventory, which is very useful in the later stages, as well as in other game modes. Next up at number 7, we have Project Drift 2.0. This is a 3D driving game where you can drive several different vehicles and take part in loads of drifting events. Your aim here isn't to be the fastest, it's to be the driver who gets the most points doing stellar drifts. In the game, you'll find 25 tracks for each of the 4 difficulty modes, making for a total of 100 different challenges. In the vast majority of them, you'll have to try to drift constantly, getting points and increasing your multiplier. But it won't be easy. If you crash into anything, you'll instantly lose the multiplier you've worked so hard to get. At the start of the game, you can buy a car to use in the first events. Down to number 6, we have Tides. Tides is a relaxing adventure game in which you will catch rare species of fish while swimming in tropical waters. Explore the ocean near different islands. Cast a fishing rod in places where shoals of fish accumulate and earn money on this business. Accordingly, the more rare prey you get, the more expensive it is. Hire the natives of the island to catch fish so that the fishing boat does not stand idle when you are away, because the main task is to get the maximum profit. Unlock new swimming vehicles with greater load capacity and speed, as well as get pets, earning additional income. Throw a fishing rod and enjoy fishing, listening to pleasant music and the sounds of waves. Moving on to number 5, we have Paper Plane Dogfight. Have you ever made and flown a paper plane along with your siblings? Paper Plane game will remind you of your childhood when you used to fly paper planes, which makes you feel like a pilot. Let's refresh our childhood memories. Paper Flight is a game inspired by the paper airplanes flying from the terrace of your house, which we learned from our elder siblings and make us feel like a pilot. They added some extra excitement and a little fantasy to these childhood feelings. These planes are your pocket planes to fly whenever you want and wherever you are. Don't give up flying for the best scores in different attractive environments. Next up at number 4, we have Ace Fighter. Ace Fighter is a surprising arcade game that will transport you to some of the most hectic aerial confrontations that you've ever seen on this or any other platform. At the controls of a high-speed combat fighter, your mission is to try to eliminate as many enemies as possible before they shoot you down from the air. The gaming experience is similar to what you'd find in big titles from the genre, like the Ace Combat Saga, for example. This gameplay transfers perfectly to the small screen, making it even more accessible to a larger audience. In Ace Fighter, your plane will advance automatically, and it's simply up to you to slide your finger to move it in the direction you want it to go. Coming in at number 3, we have Bullet Angel. Bullet Angel is an FPS created by the developers of X-Shot that immerses you in exhilarating missions that are crawling with enemies. For the most part, all you have to do is identify the enemies to shoot them while you try to dodge the rival ammunition. In Bullet Angel, you'll find settings, weapons, and characters developed using the Unreal Engine 4 graphics. Without a doubt, this means that you'll find realistic settings where you can easily identify all the enemies. Plus, the title offers intuitive controls that are completely developed with touchscreen devices in mind.
Triple kill!
Next up at number 2, we have My Hero Academia. This is a spectacular role-playing game that submerges you in this popular manga from Shonen Jump. In this official MMORPG by Kohei Horikoshi, you get to control the most famous characters, Midoriya Bakugo, Todoroki Uraraka, among others. You will begin your adventure as you would in the original story, a meeting between Deku and All Might. But you soon get into some action that features a new plot, so many anime fans will discover a completely original story. You can move around the city of Musatafu with total freedom while you carry out the missions assigned to you by the UA Academy. During your missions, you have to defeat a bunch of villains. And finally, at number 1, we have World War II. This is a multiplayer shooter set in World War II. Here, 2 teams of up to 5 players each can face off in enormous settings, many of them being recreations of important historic events and battles. At first, you'll only have the classic Team Deathmatch mode unlocked. However, as you play and level up, you'll be able to unlock 5 more game modes, including Arms Race and Knives Only, just to name a few. At the beginning of the game, you can choose between the 4 big participants in World War II: USSR, the USA, Japan, and Germany. You have to choose one nation for when you play on the Allied side and another for when you play on the Axis side. And that's everything we've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm Paul. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.